beginning of our tale goes all the way back fucking 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. When did all the tech companies go to Congress? It was like 3 weeks ago, right? Something like that. Anyway, fuck it. Who cares? So we have to first look at the Amazon and Apple situation, right? So basically what ended up happening, it was like a month ago that happened. No, more than that. Amazon got out of the Apple App Store tax. Hi, Frost. And why other developers won't. So basically, for those who don't know, we've gotten this question before in the chat a few times, right? So if you're buying or you're subbing if you're subbing to anybody on Twitch or you're buying bits on Twitch, as you guys know, there is a price hike on that, right? So it ends up being what? It's $140 for 100 bits on PC, and then if you go to here, we're just gonna pull up XQC, right? Don't care about this. Get bits. It's $2 for 95 bits, as you guys can see there, right? You can go check on your own stores as well. It's the same thing with Google, right? And the reason for this is because Amazon and Google both take a 30% cut off of the top of whatever sale is made on their platforms. This has been in place forever, and this is what Apple's always said, that basically kind of controls the sanctity of their platform, right? It's what makes sure it basically is their way of making money. And I mean, it's smart, right? Like, you go and you make 30% off of every sale made, you just constantly have a stream of revenue coming in. It makes sense as a business. I think 30% is a lot, because I mean, think of it like this, right? If you make $10, right, you're paying Apple 3 of those $10, leaving you with 7, right? So it does lead to everything kind of being price inflated when you're buying things off of the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. But like, it's always been that way. It has always been that way. And you have people that still ask, why is it so much more? Why is it so much more to buy anything for bits or subs on Twitch when I'm on mobile? Well, that's why, right? Apple's got to make the money. Glocksocked with the follow. So yeah, so that's the backdrop. So Amazon Prime Video is the first app to actually be able to get these transactions, and Apple only takes a 15% cut rather than the 30%. But yes, so Apple is now taking 15% from Amazon for all video, movie rentals, and purchases. Fine, right? At that point, basically the math breaks down to, right, of volume as opposed to price, right? Because people are always buying and renting movies on their iPads or whatever on Amazon and just sending it that way. So it's a volume game at that point. Basically, that's what that is. So what Fortnite and Epic has done, okay, is reading into this, they implemented their own in-app payment system, right? So what this basically has done is it circumvents Apple's 30% cut fee, which, if you're a company that is making their money off of this 30% fee, then it makes sense that you may or may not get pissed when your revenue stream, especially with something as big as Fortnite, which reported earnings of $1.9 billion last year alone. $1.9 billion with a B, chat. That's a fuck ton of money for a free-to-play battle royale game. That is so much goddamn money, it's not even funny. But what this money has done is has given Epic the ability to only take, as opposed to Steam taking, what, 20% of all game sales made, they only take 12, and they give the rest to the developers, and they're now publishing a bunch more games, and they're doing a lot of cool stuff with the platform and helping, basically putting this money back into making themselves more money and to make more games, which is like super fucking smart. Just give yourself another vertical. So yeah, so Epic basically has implemented this in-payment system, both circumventing Apple and Google Play's cuts. So the news today breaks that Apple just kicked Fortnite off of the App Store, which is fucking bananas, chat. Fucking bananas. So we also need to look back and think Fortnite was really the first game that kicked off the everybody can play together, cross-play mentality, right? What Epic did was basically turn it on covertly, accidentally, between Xbox and PlayStation, showing that it can work, right? After that, it opened up to PC and mobile and iPads and Xboxes, and then eventually PlayStation got on board. So, but them accidentally doing that showed that it could be the case, which then triggered the backlash against every platform holder from doing this. And to Microsoft's credit, they've been very open with allowing people to play together, right? You have PC and Xbox crossplay. Minecraft has been basically crossplay with everything except for PlayStation for a long time. Like, it's a known quantity, and all Fortnite did was show that it could actually be done with everybody, which caused that stir to happen, which then caused that change, right? That's why you have Call of Duty and Dead by Daylight and Minecraft and Fortnite and Rocket League and everybody else that can now all play together. It's a super cool thing, super smart. So, to go back to this, Apple kicks off Fortnite off of the App Store. Once again, chat, $1.9 billion made. Transactions are made in the Apple ecosystem, more than likely, because kids all play on iPads and shit. That's a lot of fucking money, right? That they're just like, nope, they're not following our thing. Fuck you guys, we're out. And they kick them off. So, this video came out. We're going to watch it in its entirety.
We celebrate the anniversary of the platform unification directives. For years, they have given us their songs, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
I want you to look in the background, chat. Let's look in the background real fast, where they literally have their terms in the back, basically saying that they will be taking the equal to 30% cut of all prices payable by each. Blah 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 blah. The App Store monopoly is basically, so we'll get into that because it gets juicier, it gets crazier. Yeah. No, totally. It gets juicier. Just wait. So this comes out, right? And first of all, can we talk about the marketing fucking genius that is, right? What Epic has done with Fortnite now is basically saying, fuck your system that we've signed to and we've been following, but it's bullshit. And 30% is a lot. 30% is actually, I feel, bullshit. And like I said earlier, if you make $10, Apple takes $3, which then that leaves you with $7 to mess with. That doesn't include what you're paying people. 30% is a lot. You for reference, Steam is like 20%. I think. I have to look that up again, but I think Steam is 20%. And Epic is 12% because they're trying to give money back towards the people that are making the money, right? This A, marketing genius, B, like, then Apple puts out a statement. Today, Epic Games took the unfortunate step of violating the App Store guidelines that are applied equally to every developer and designed to keep the store safe for our users. As a result, their Fortnite app has been removed from the store. Epic enabled a feature in its app which was not reviewed or approved by Apple, and they did so with the express intent of violating the App Store guidelines regarding in-app payments that apply to every developer who sells digital goods and services. Epic has had apps on the App Store for a decade, which is true. They had that stupid sword fighting game. That was actually really good back in the day. They've had a lot of stuff on the App Store. So they've made a lot of money doing this. including its tools, testing, and distribution that Apple provides to all developers. Epic agreed in the App Store terms and guidelines freely, and we're glad that they built a successful business on the App Store. The fact that their business interests now lead them to push for a special arrangement does not change the fact that these guidelines create a level playing field for all developers to make the store safe for all users. We will make every effort to work with Epic to resolve these violations so that we can return Fortnite to the App Store. So, there's some hypocrisy in this statement. As we talked about earlier, Amazon doesn't have to follow these guidelines anymore. They're at 15%, not 30%. Right, so they're making more money off the rip, which Epic finds obviously bullshit. Why should these people make more money for their time and their purchases, and we're still stuck at 30%? We want more of that cut, which is true, right? It even breaks it down in this article as well. For instance, 10,000 V-Bucks, which is equivalent to $10 in-game Fortnite currency, is now just $7.99 if you use the Epic Direct Payment instead of the standard Apple payment process. So not only are they going around, they're lowering their prices in their own app payment, which is fucking great, just to show how much less it is to the consumer if there wasn't this 30% cut as well. Like, I don't really like this video, and I don't like them attributing this App Store policy to 1984. That seems kind of sus, but it works, right? It does work. This is also on the back of apps like Spotify in Europe putting in an antitrust lawsuit against Apple because they bury Spotify just so they can promote their music app. That's a side thing. But still worried Apple can still collect Fortnite money. Wait, what? Oh, weird. It's just fascinating. So then probably about 2 hours later, we get a lawsuit out of the District of California from Epic versus Apple Incorporated. So the most interesting part here is the nature of the action, right? All the rest of this is legal mumbo jumbo. I'm not a lawyer, but in 1984, this is what actually makes this ad so brilliant. That Epic had done their research so much that they're willing to go back and basically pull from their history and put it into this lawsuit as well. It all ends up connecting. I have to say, this is some marketing fucking genius as well, and it makes me very, very, very fucking excited. In 1984, the fledgling Apple Computer Company released the Macintosh, the first mass-market, consumer-friendly home computer. The product launch was announced with a breathtaking advertisement evoking George Orwell's 1984 that cast Apple as the beneficial, revolutionary force breaking IBM's monopoly over the computing technology market. Apple's founder Steve Jobs introduced the first showing of the 1984 advertisement by explaining, "It appears IBM wants it all. Apple is perceived to be the only hope to offer IBM a run for its money. Will Big Blue dominate the entire computer industry? The entire information age? Was George Orwell right about 1984? Fast forward to 2020, and Apple has become what it once railed against, the behemoth seeking to control markets, block competition, and stifle innovation. Apple is bigger, more powerful, more entrenched, and more pernicious than the monopolist of yesteryear. The market cap at nearly $2 trillion, Apple's size and reach far exceeds that of any technology monopolist in history. Epic is basically saying, look, you fucking money-hungry pieces of shit, we're not paying your 30%. Go suck my left nut. And now we're going to sue your asses. It may not go anywhere. It may not. Nothing may happen from it. I've been anti-Apple for a good number of years. Honestly, I haven't been up until this. And I don't even like Fortnite. Well, Neon, don't worry. It gets deeper. It basically is on saying anti-competitive restraints. You know, they're taking 30%. they only offer the single payment processing option offered by Apple in-app purchases, and likewise carry 30% tax because everything is 30% more in the Apple marketplace. Epic brings this suit to end Apple's unfair and anti-competitive action that Apple undertakes to unlawfully maintain its monopoly in two distinct multi-billion-dollar markets. One, the iOS app distribution market, and two, the iOS in-app payment processing market. Epic is not seeking monetary compensation from this court for the injuries it has suffered, nor is Epic seeking favorable treatment for itself, a single company. Instead, Epic is seeking injunctive relief to allow fair competition in these two key markets that directly affect hundreds of millions of consumers and tens of thousands, if not more, of third-party app developers. Like, I mean, they're calling them on their shit. So this happens, right? Basically, this is going to go to court. I'm going to be following this, but this will probably die here. You probably won't hear much after that. At the end of the day, what I do end up seeing happening is that Epic and Apple and everybody else comes up with a nice solution that allows everybody to coexist together, and they go back to being on the App Store. Now, should they do that? Probably not. But, I mean, this generally is how it's going to go down. That's the way that I see it going down, is that they're going to come to a deal, and that's going to be the end of it. I hope that Epic actually sticks with this. So, as Dude told me at the beginning of the stream, Fortnite for Android just got axed from the Google Play Store too, for the same reason. After Epic Games picked a fight with Apple over the sizable chunk of fees the company takes on transactions in its mobile ecosystem, it looks like Fortnite developer will be waging a war on two fronts. In a statement, Google defended the open Android ecosystem lets developers distribute apps through multiple app stores. For game developers who choose to use the Play Store, we have a consistent policy that are fair to developers and keep the store safe for users. While Fortnite remains available on Android, we can no longer make it available on Play because it violates our policies. However, we welcome the opportunity to continue the discussions with Epic and bring Fortnite back to Google Play. So, now Google is also doing the same thing. Their statement's pretty much fine. Like, you can still, so the way that it originally worked was that Fortnite was originally on Android first, and but what you had to do was you had to direct download it to your phone from a specific site. You can still do that, and you can still play Fortnite and still run through their in-app or purchasing system, and that's fine. It just is no longer the Google Play Store. Android is far less effective than this. Also, it bears mentioning that Google didn't allow Fortnite in the App Store until like 2018, 2019, like way later than everybody else. So they've been fighting that fight for a while. They finally got in, and now they're kicked out again, which is crazy. Condemning Google's treatment of the apps outside of its own marketplace. While all apps in the Apple's iOS store come from the App Store, Google does allow apps like Fortnite to be sideloaded outside of Google Play, but the experience is generally less smooth and accompanied with warnings about malware. I mean, it's true, right? If you're not... A10, what's up, buddy? Oof, exactly, dude. Like, straight up. Like, this shit is fucking great. I love when corporations fight, because what this does is that it's going to put pressure on both Apple. It's going to put pressure on Apple. It's going to put pressure on Google to actually potentially change some of this stuff. This is why I don't like Fortnite as a game. I think that it's fantastic for marketing. I think that it serves its place. It's just not a game for me. It never has been. I never got on the Fortnite hype train like everybody else did. But what Epic does, and what Epic has been doing probably for the last 3 years as a company, is been for the betterment of everybody. Like we brought up earlier in the talk, right? Their activation of crossplay is fucking nuts, right? Just randomly doing it, showing that it could be done. This, if Epic sticks with this, and I think that they will, I don't think that their suit is actually holdable in court, because I don't know if you can actually say that Apple has monopoly on the market. that would be super hard to prove. I'd be willing to actually read through all this and see what it says, like word for word. But I don't think that there's a lot of ground here. But the fact that they're even trying to do this is pretty compelling, and hopefully will lead to at least somebody working something out. I like how they describe Fortnite, by the way. I just have to go through this. Epic is one of the many app developers affected by Apple's anti-competitive conduct. Epic is the developer of entertainment software for personal computers, smart mobile devices, and gaming consoles. The popular game Epic currently makes is Fortnite, which has connected hundreds of millions of people in a colorful virtual world where they meet, play, talk, compete, dance, and even attend concerts and other cultural events. Fortnite is beloved by its millions of users. In the first year after Fortnite's release in 2017, the game attracted over 125 million players. In the year since, Fortnite has topped 350 million players and has become a global cultural phenomenon. I fucking love that. Can you reiterate how Fortnite violated the terms and conditions? So what Fortnite did in this latest update that they pushed today was have a microtransaction system built into the app itself. So the way that it works prior to this, right? If you went to go buy so who here has bought bits or subs on Twitch? Especially on an Apple device, right? Like I could show you. Like it's super like, so see, look. I hit the $1.99 option and it basically asks for me to pay through the Apple payment system, right? Unlock your Apple ID. I don't give a shit. Good luck guessing my password. It's like 87,000 characters. They don't, but historically, Apple is in bad water with the courts. Courts love kicking Apple down a notch. I mean, it's easy to, right? When you control a vast swath of the market, it's super easy to come down and be like, Epic and Fortnite users are directly harmed by Apple's anti-competitive conduct. But for Apple's illegal restraints, Epic would provide a competing app store in iOS devices, which allow iOS users to download apps in an innovative, curated store. It would provide users the choice to use Epic's or other third-party in-payment processing systems. Apple's anti-competitive conduct has also injured Epic in its capacity as an app developer by forcing Epic to distribute its app exclusively to the App Store and exclusively use Apple's payment processing service. As a result, Epic is forced, like many other developers, to charge higher prices on its users in-app purchases on Fortnite in order to pay Apple's 30% tax. That is the crux of their argument right there. Basically saying that if you want to sell anything on an Apple device, you have to use Apple stuff. Like I said, I don't know how that fares legally, because it is their closed platform. It's basically like saying to a business that you can't use your own payment processing system. You have to let somebody else put a card reader in there. That makes sense? Rather than going through the store's own thing. So, like I said, I don't know where this... I didn't know that they did this. Look at... Chat. They're basically saying the quiet part out loud here. How do you want to pay? Epic Direct Payment $7.99. Apple App Store Payment $9.99. They're using the past lawsuit against Apple with their ebook store, which Apple lost. Honestly, it's true. It's actually that's. I want to see how this plays out. Apple's removal of Fortnite is yet another example of Apple flexing its enormous power in order to impose unreasonable restraints and unlawfully maintain its 100% monopoly over the iOS in-app payment processing market. Blows me away. Epic was founded in 1990. So it's fun to read these legal documents because basically what it does is it breaks out like in layman's terms what everything is. Epic was founded in 1991 by a college student named Tim Sweeney who was studying mechanical engineering. Mr. Sweeney ran Epic out of his parents' garage and distributed by mail Epic's first commercial personal computer software, a game named ZZT. Since then, Epic has developed several popular entertainment software products that can be played on an array of platforms such as personal computers, gaming consoles, and mobile devices. It's going to be interesting to see, and especially with what we're going to talk about next, it's going to be super interesting to watch and see how all of this plays out, especially with consoles coming down the road. But so yes, that is the current state of the Epic versus Apple thing that really broke today. I'm going to be watching this very attentively, because this is fascinating. This could potentially change all prices. Like I said, I don't think this is actually will happen, but it has the potential of changing every single fucking price on an app store single-handedly if Epic actually pulls this one off. It's super fucking smart. But this is going to be fascinating to watch. I can't wait to see what happens. If it actually happens the way I think it is, your bits are now finally going to be 100 for 140 or probably 100 for 150 on Twitch, if that's what you want. If you end up buying them on the App Store, be sure to spend them here. Thank you. Just saying.